YouTube back. I haven't recorded in a while, only because I've been busy with work and basic school. As far as I know, I haven't gone to object-oriented programming, which I'm behind. So for this following Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'm gonna be working on input output. I have the setup right here, so I import what's called I exception, um, and then file input stream. Um, Here, I remember I said we. I made like a song thingy using array lists, and then using scanner and as well as file input stream. I'm gonna probably replicate that and then try moving on to object oriented programming part one today. And in the meanwhile, like while like it's called free, like and when I'm not really doing work, if that makes sense, I'll be I'll be like finishing what's called object oriented programming, and then I'll be buying CSC 205 just to keep on track. And 205 will be like super fast tracked. I'm gonna try getting it from this month up till August, and also I'm hoping to put out some DSA videos, data structures and algorithm. In 205, we actually touched topics of data structures, but I haven't really gotten into depth of data structures and algorithms. So I want to get that up in my system before like school starts again. My camera's off today, only because I don't have my camera. If that makes sense. But like, how have you guys been? I never really get responses or like just anything in general. Um, but brother is locked in, and I'll show you guys what program I was running. Not necessarily program, but the I was running. What I was running. Um, well, this is pretty nice. Like super super nice. And we'll be reading the text file songs from input, or I'll be making it right here afterward. Um, I did learn a lot of this over, I'm saying not over the weekend of last weekend, but it's already Thursday. Time flies so quick. It's funny how like time just works. Like I'm at work, and at work it takes so long. It takes like work is just so long, and then when I'm outside of work, time flies. Like yesterday, my parents finally came home. It was good to see them. I love my parents. Um, um, it was super good. It was way too good to see them. Um, they've had a good vacation, and my father actually, he's a good. The dude's letting me use his car to for me to work, which is very awesome. I thought like my dad wouldn't like be that type of guy to do something like that, but my dad's that guy. He is that guy. And then this is where we'll get our like while the songs like read from the files. So let me do that. Um, and then this is where we call for our array list and add song to its existing songs, if that makes sense. Um, and then this is where we close our file. Okay, and then this is where we're gonna be adding our new songs. So this one is it's reading from the songs, right, and then it's adding it to the songs. This is where we want to add more songs. I haven't gotten to the part where I'm adding um, like um, like I'm adding like new songs to the file instead of just adding to what it already has. So I'm gonna be learning that, and hopefully a brother like I will be more knowledgeable on on that, if that makes sense. Get off a Kyle, I would tell you I've been hurting. Get to myself, cause I ain't wanna be a burden. This ain't gonna deal. This ain't gonna work if you don't make a deal. Yeah. I hate, I hate, I hate like just accidentally pressing enter, you know? And then this is where we'll be asking if they have more songs that they want to add. If they do, then they can get it right here, which is perfect, works, you know? And then this is where we'll be checking the request just to see. This is where the scanner or input scanner would be. It'll be requesting, and then if the user puts yes, it will read this, and then it will connect it to this while loop, if that makes sense. Um, and then this is where we're printing everything. You know, okay. You know, that's what you say. Oh, A-OK. I have some very good friends at work. They're awesome. I'm hoping to like be friends with them outside of work, because honestly, I think being friends or just creating new friends is like something I need to do. Only because only because I feel this is where we're connecting it to the array list. So it's reading from int I, where I is 0, and we're connecting it to the size of the file itself, and how much is in there. Only after it takes the input from the user itself. So if they want to add songs to it, if that makes sense. And the files itself is also adding to it, so it's continuous, you know, up until like the user itself wants to add music to it as well, which is pretty cool. And then plus and then this is where we write. And then this is the I factor right there. Okay, and then we have to create a text file called songs.txt, and then here we can just put like um, like Steve Lacy, Frank Ocean. What else? Jabba the Hutt. Okay. I don't know exactly what that song is called, but that should do it. Um, I think. Okay, that's annoying. I think it should work. Activating extensions. Can I see it? Like, I want to see if it's running. Where's the terminal? Where is this terminal? This is bugging me. My mouse pad has it's like loose gripped, if that makes sense. Okay, that's not fun. Can I see it? Is there any bugs? Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know exactly what's going on. I just wanted to show you guys. I really want to see this terminal. Like, where is this terminal? Look it up, I tell you, I've been hurting. Kept it to myself, cause I didn't want to be a burden. You sing on the word, you be on good deal. What the fuck, you had to test my patience. I could have my whole life wait. Since this doesn't work, I want to show you guys. Okay, this is gonna work. And then yes, drop out, rename this songs.txt, and this will work. Okay. Okay. Did I not? Okay, I put string request. Okay, and scanner. Slide. We have our scanner. It's a 2833. This one says cannot find symbol. Where's 33? Okay, this is clearly not working. First it would print. Oh, okay, okay. Yes, you have more songs. I already said yes. Okay, well this is bugged. Let me see. I want to see how. What songs do you want to add? Okay, look, which is funny, right? After it says yes, it should what's called this request clause right here. It would okay, like let's read this from up down. Do you have more songs to add? I say yes. Okay, well, this looks better. But I do wanna, I wanna test the yes right here because I'm kind of confused. See, so what songs do you want to add? Chase, yes. What songs do I want to add? Love. Okay, and then add again. Okay, and we can kind of upgrade this a little bit more by adding intro clause first, and then it going down, just so it's easier to navigate, if that makes sense. But I mean, that's what I've been working on the other day. To be honest, I was reading off my IDE off of this right here. Oh, okay, I do want to see this though. Now that it's fixed, would it work now? Okay. Look at that. Toggle. Okay. So I can show you guys. Can. Okay. This is pretty annoying. And I'm gonna review some of the things just so I can what's called remember what exactly I was doing because I haven't programmed within like these past 4 or 5 days. You know, um, so I understand this is our scanner. This one scans from file, but this isn't using the file input stream. It's actually using the scanner class itself. The scanner reads from input from user. This array list, what's called, creates an array, I guess, of objects. I guess, um, um, and then this is where our songs are what's it called being stored. This while loop, what's called while reader has next line. This one reads from the input itself from our songs.text line, um, um, and it's a string song equals reader dot next line, and then that's our reading class where it's scanning from the file itself, and we're making sure this is our songs array, um, our songs array lists, and it's adding a song per what's called while per loop. So it reads the next line. That next line gets added to what's called, or it gets stored as an element, and then loops again until the last line, until like the last readable line. If that makes sense. This is where we close our file, just so it doesn't keep what's called input scanning, or yeah, it doesn't keep input scanning. This is our string class. No, not string class. This is our string called request, so we can test if the user has anything they want to add. This is our while. This is our while loop that what's called reads the request. So it says while request equals yes, just to make sure we're comparing the strings. While request equals yes, and it's automatically inputted as yes. So what's called the user can I guess like put a song in. I could probably change it because the user probably does not want to add any sort of song. Instead, I could put where's that place? Where's the line where it says no? Okay, well it doesn't have to say no. Anything else, it would like feedback and say nothing. Um, so it says while request equals yes, system out that print. What songs do you want to add? It acts like what songs you want to add, and this is automatically inputted as yes. So next gonna use new songs just to add on to that song right there, and then songs that add new song would be added to what's called the array lists song itself, and then add an extra element under. But like I said earlier, this doesn't imply that it's getting added to the text. Instead, the text is added into the array list there. You get what I'm trying to say? um, System out that print line playlist. This is just the playlist that I guess the output that comes out when you go on the playlist itself. And for integer I, this is our for loop, so we can get the array list printed all out. Like I said, all the songs are being stored into songs array list. So when we have this for loop, we used the size method, just to gauge, not necessarily gauge, just to print out every section of it, if that makes sense. This one says system out that print line songs get and then I obviously stands for integer, or not integer, but just I for here, where it loops back in every four loops, and it increments upwards up here. And then, I mean, that's all we have to get. I only wish that I could you know, I wish I could like show it to you guys. And this thing's acting so slow. Like, it sees activating task providers Java, but it doesn't have anything. Like, it's acting so slow. But it does work over here, which I'm happy for. I'll probably be saving this one if I do use a online IDE or online compiler. I'll probably stick to using this one instead of program it. So you can delete it, broski. Well, that's all. You know, um, I probably will be shooting out more videos. Like today, I'm planning to study object-oriented programming, but throughout this week, I do want to focus more on I/O, so I can understand. I can understand it, and I did take notes for it within my I guess my 110 book. So like that's it. I think you guys want to see some other stuff. Like honestly, I mean, it's cool programming and all, but I haven't gotten to that level where I'm like just geeked. I want to be cracked. I still like I'm still having like a hard time like thinking about how I can like just make it better, if that makes sense. Like it's just a little bit silly. I feel like I could be like way more geeked at this. But yeah, it's just me. Well, today I have to go to work, so I'll probably see you guys soon. Bye.